Hello my friends, I am Thierry, Senior Software Engineer, and today I'm going to make the second video on MCP server. The very first video, I will put the comments in the description below, was very exhaustive. It was the very initiation video on the MCP server, where I have digged a lot in technical to try to establish the environment. So if you have no clue about MCP server, try to look at the first video, because this one will go a little faster. And today I am going to speak about MCP server implementation in C# and dig in different areas of the MCP server environment. I am a senior software engineer working more than 20 years in software industry. So all the details here will be very technical, and if you are a developer, this might be interesting for you. I am going to work mainly with the Claude desktop, Claude Sonnet website. You can use Claude desktop on Windows by going on the website claude.ai download, and then you have here the Windows setup that is already installed. And the global ID today is why in fact I want the Claude desktop is because in fact as this is a desktop application, it can communicate with other process in the same machine. And this is why what it is interesting is this is mandatory in fact to use MCP server local, and I am going to this will be like today this video is like a tour of horizon to look at different aspects, because in fact there is a lot of technical subjects to speak about in the MCP ecosystem. And I will try like a freestyle speech with different technical points, which will be very interesting. And that's all. So I mainly speak about all the details of MCP server in a previous video. You can look at the previous video, which is also very long. This video might also be very long. So take your seat belt. You should not try to go to different chapters. Go from beginning to the end, because I will speak about different elements. So what is the MCP server? Shortly reminder, I have a desktop application here, which is acting as a client and is possible to communicate with MCP server on the same machine here, your computer. So the idea is that because LLM are reduced in their knowledge with their basis of learning, is to expand this knowledge by interacting, giving them the possibility to get data from outside, like RAG, but also other things to write some data on the file system. On the MCP protocol, in fact, is standardizing the way different external modules can communicate with a given LLM. On Claude Sonnet desktop app is one of the first tools to be able to allow this. So we are going to see different aspects of LLM on the MCP today, and also see some problem in different parts of the ecosystem of the AI. And I will work mainly in C#, even if some of the demonstration will be using some Node.js module, because all the resource ecosystem has been created in the Node.js ecosystem. I will also use a temporary directory, yes, written ai.repo Claude, and let's start now the presentation. I will start first by showing the current setup of Claude AI and make a beautiful first demonstration to see how it is possible to generate a file on the local system. I have here the process explorer just for you, because you have seen, if you have already seen the first video, there was some problem with the process of Claude AI, and I have worked a little since last video, and you will see, in fact, some different elements which can bring your hair to the roof. So here we can see the list of process. And normally, when you start a process, normally you have a single one exe which is in memory. And let's look together how Claude AI is behaving. So you see here it is already displayed Claude AI, and you see that there is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 7 different process with different PID. So this gives some idea about how it has been generated. And honestly, when I work with this desktop app, with my experience, I find like I would not be surprised as all this exe, all this source code has been generated by AI. Because honestly, having a little desktop app like a chat like this and having 6 different process is just crazy. I have already configured my desktop application Cloud Sonnet to interact with some MCP server. You can see this hammer, which is indicating 15 different libraries are available. And to do this, in fact, so let's review the different modules. There is a create directory, the directory tree, the edit file, get file info, get list of stocks, which is my own MCP server, get number of stocks, get password, get stock data, list allowed directories, list directories, move a file, read multiple file, search files, write files, etc. Not etc. But that's all. All these functions are available via MCP servers, and technically there are 2 different MCP servers that you can do in that you can configure to Cloud Sonnet via file settings. And here you can see in the developer panel edit config. It brings you to the directory with the Cloud Desktop config.json. If you open it, there is a documentation how to create this Cloud Desktop config.json file. And you have a MCP server entry with an array separated by, you see there is a node called stocks, then there is a definition here with a command, then a comma, and then another MCP server. So if you want to change different MCP server, you just put a comma, and this is like a JSON list. So this is the first server with a command, line arg, and then there is a second server called file system with a command, and it is possible to add command line parameters. So here args -y with these command lines. What is interesting is to see how these exe are started. We can look for curiosity at the process of Cloud AI via Process Explorer, and we can see already. You see that the weather exe has been started. Oh, there is already the Cloud exe. I didn't scroll, but you look 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Seriously, Anthropic, 10 different exe for this is just ridiculous. So what is interesting is that you see that at the startup of the app, the MCP servers have been started. And so you see the weather app, which is in fact, so the stocks API, if you have a look at the first video, I am starting with the weather demonstration project. So that's why it is called weather, but I have changed the functionality. And then you have here CMD, which is opening the node exe, which is a node exe, which is in fact behind the npx command line. So one thing to understand is that the way it is working is that Cloud Sonnet for the MCP is starting the target process as a child process, and the call the communication in the context of a local machine are made with a standard input, standard output. This is not made via pipe or HTTP server. It is made via what is called standard in, standard out. It is possible to configure the MCP server with HTTP request. However, Cloud Desktop, from my understanding, do not allow this yet at the date, at least of 2025 April. What is also interesting for the people who have not tested it yet is to try to emulate what Cloud Desktop is doing. To do so, I am going to take the command line and try to repeat it. Be careful for the command, you must escape all your slash, so that's why it is // and if I remove my double slash and I try to execute the command line by myself, what is very curious, you will see, is that there is absolutely no output. And if I type anything in the keyboard, like enter, like this, there is no reaction at all. This is like strange at the beginning, but it is in fact because the weather exe is using the MCP library. And I'm going to try to dig into the code after this during this presentation. And this library is made to receive some packet on the answer of the JSON object, which should be received, will trigger the mechanics. And the mechanics for the response is it must make a print in the standard output of a JSON response. So that's why, in fact, if you start by yourself the command line, you should have no output. Let's do this also for npx minus y then arroba stack then the last parameter here I put it there, here secure MCP server running on steady.io hollow directory. So here it is printing some elements, but I think this is on the standard error. On why I say this, on here, if I write thing, same thing as the first exe, you see that there is nothing. Why I say this? Because in fact, when you have some issue with MCP servers, it is possible to use a tool called MCP Inspector, and we can try now for the demonstration to try to use this MCP Inspector. To use MCP Inspector, you go to MCP Inspector, which is in fact a debugging tool if you have some problem. And it is also in the documentation of Model Context Protocol IO. Inspector getting started, installation package, inspector on directly through npx inspector command, but it is, I have downloaded it and inspecting locally. Feature overview, so there is here the inspector, but if I go, what is interesting is if I go to the GitHub model context protocol inspector, they send here, so you can check out the directory, then there is the production mode npm run build npm start. They have forgotten to put npm install as the first instruction. And I think I have it on my computer already, which is in AI Inspector. Yes, and I think I have created already a bat. Let's look at the bat npm start. Let's double click here. npm start. Okay. And then it is telling you that you can connect to it on this port. So let's open this address. And here I am logged to the MCP inspector. And I can put here my command, which should match in fact to the documentation, to the configuration of cloud. If I go to the configuration here, you see my command npx file server file system. I can put here standard transport type. So here this is interesting. You can change the transport type unlike Cloud desktop app. And the command npx and here the arguments here. And here this path is invalid. I must update it with a double slash. I take it Then I take the same thing as here. Stack, stack, stack. And I click on connect. So here, what is this tool? In fact, it is a local server with HTML interface as a front end, but with Node.js code. And if I click on connect, you see error output from MCP server, circuit MCP file running on stdio. In fact, this is not an error. This is just an information. This is why just before I have told you this is just curious. There is the output, but in fact the output is technically not on the standard output, but on the standard error. And that's why here I have this message to just in fact confirm me. So this, you see first the little issue with using standard input, standard output. Here they use a standard error to transmit a normal message. And here you have the functionality to enumerate all the tools which are exported by the MCP server. So let's look at this list tools. And here you see all the tools which are exported by the MCP server file system. So this is quite interesting to look at this. And in fact, if you have an issue with the MCP server, this tool in fact is acting as a reference to debug your MCP server if you have some issue. So here, for example, let's say I want to test the write file. What is a write file? Create a new file or completely overwrite an existing file with new content. Use with caution as it will overwrite existing files. Let's try to do this. Toto.txt on content. This is the demo. So normally I have started with the pass here, pass in the parameter, and this should come to this directory here, EAI repo cloud, and let's put it there, here, let's put it this one here, and type run the tool. Error access denied, outside allow directories. Yes, because in fact, when I do not give the pass, maybe it tries to go to the current directory of the Node.js process. So to solve this issue, I will put, what is this? Repo cloud. Why? Okay, so let's close this, open a new here. AI repo cloud. Okay, this is there, this is there. I take this, I pass here. I put in the toto.txt to have a correct path. Run the tool, and you have the file system which has been created, toto.txt, with this is a demo. Okay, so this means what? This means that with the MCP inspector, I have been able to connect manually to the MCP server file system that is executed via this command npx, and I managed to interact with the system. So this means that technically there is a entry point in my system to interact with my system. Let's open the cloud and let's try to do the same thing. So here you have the list of the MCP servers, and you see the arguments. So let's try to interact with the file system and try to do the same thing with just a command prompt. Try to create a file. For example, create a Python script on my local system to say hello world. Let's validate this, and he confirms running write file. And what is annoying is that you must allow manually every time for each new chat all the actions of the interaction between cloud and the MCP servers. And you see, he has been created a hello world Python script, which is just incredible. Technically, this is just very impressive. So this means what? I have my AI here. I ask it to interact with the file system, and it is able to generate a Python script on my file system. So if I open, I think I have already a prompt which is open, which is there. Yes. So I can say Python, hello world. Tac. Hello world. Okay, good. For the fun, let's try to do something like rename all the PI file to .pdf to see if this will work. So you see it runs different action on the file system module, run search file from file system, allow for this chat. So you see it is trying to search all the Python file, .py, I have found. Allow tool from system local, run move file, okay, allow for this chat. Let's look, hello world.pdf. Renaming operation has been successfully, I've changed the file extensions. And he has done only for the PI, okay. Do the same thing for all remaining files. And for the challenge, let's put a little more files. I will, let's take some logs here randomly, and I will put them there. Okay. I want that he renames all the remaining files also as PDF. Check the remaining file, allow for this chat. So this is very, very annoying. I hope they will manage to find a solution in the next version to trust all the server, because I have other things to do. So here, I don't see anything. Ah, so here he has not understood. Any extension should be renamed to PDF. It's blocking for this. This is not too much complicated. Hey oh. So we have a bug in live, and in fact there are different bugs that I have seen in cloud. I have not seen this before, but you see here is blocking for something silly, but I will not spend too much time on this. The problem, so we are going now to see one of the issue is that if I kill this app, let's look at what is happening with the existing process, and you see that most of the existing process remain alive. So this is a big issue, and we can also see another issue, because before I continue, let's go to the cloud Anthropic support. We'll make a demonstration of how efficient there is some support with the cloud paid plan seeking AI plan. There is cloud AI user help center cloud AI now. So first, if you want to write a mail, it's just almost impossible. I have found the mail. I don't remember where, but there exists a mail, but I know the mail. So I will do this for the illustration of how effective their support based on AI, I think, is based. Nouveau message to Philanthropic, exe, remain alive. So hello, when your desktop app is killed, there are some child process which remain in memory. See attachment. Okay, let's tac. Okay, send about this issue, and we will see during the presentation how the support is reacting, because from my experience this was like crazy. So we were where? We were in the fact that I was showing some live demo about file creation and showing you that there is an issue with the cloud. So one of the things to do for this to be able to restart, you use the task kill /im cloud étoile /f like this, and boom, no cloud anymore. And in fact, this video you see a lot of different technical subtleties, so that's why you must look at this video from the beginning to the end. So I restart my cloud app, and you have understood how to interact with the file system. So let's delete all this. You know what? I am going to ask him to delete all the files. So delete all the files of this folder. Boom. Oh, you see it has renamed in fact the PDF. So okay. Allow for this. So this is very shit. This thing always need to click on allow. So I have found 7 files. Okay. Run write file from file system. Allow for this chat. I'll proceed to delete each of these files one by one. Yes, this is what I want. Okay. So you see here, running write file from file system. This is curious content. Oh, he's trying to overriding. Oh, what is this? View write file. He's trying to put zero content. What is this? Inside the file. 0 byte. Okay. You will delete the entry, I hope. Content is overriding with the empty content. The result. All AI cloud directory has been deleted by replacing with empty string. Let me verify that the is now empty or only contains empty files. The files still appear in directory, but their contents have been deleted. Yes, okay. They are now empty files. If you want to completely remove the files from the directory rather than just emptying them, let me know. Is stupid? What is my question? Delete all the files. This is explicit. Huh? So yes, please. If you want to completely remove the files, I have asked to delete them. Delete. I apologize for misunderstanding your request. You are right. You have to delete. Okay. Allow for this chat for you. So you see there is here an example of sometimes the AI do not understand correctly. And here we have a live run move file. I don't want to move. I want to delete. So this is also a risk. You have to cross the finger. I do not have the code of the source destination. What is this? What is this? Okay. He's clever because in fact, instead of deleting really the files, he's putting. Okay, I understand. This I understand. To avoid making a big mistake on destroying your file system. Okay. Destination. Tac. Okay. Okay, we have understood. It will do the last one, deleted Toto. Okay, I see that I have successfully moved all the files to deleted files. I now try to proceed emptying this file to effective. It's already done. Okay, so, okay. What is interesting now is to see the code with the C# with my own module. And in fact, what is interesting here is you see the iteration is trying to do different things, and this is one of the power of the MCP servers is that the AI motor is doing different things and is able to loop on the response. So the response sends different files and is looping on each file and is able to handle this kind of workflow alone without any programming. Okay, so that was enough. And now I am going to present you more technically how the MCP server has been done in C#. So the file system has been done in Node.js and it is in the official documentation. But me, what I want is to have the control of the MCP server in C#. And to do this, I am going to use the weather solution that I have created some time ago, last week, in fact, during the last presentation. So for the people who have not seen yet the first video, let's run the weather by default. And you see that by default, in fact, you have no output. This is what I have shown you at the beginning, because in fact, the standard output is used as the input, as the answer of the payload of the request. Okay, how this program is done? There is a documentation that I have shown in the first video, and you see that it is using builder served as MCP server. This has been created last week in the first video. Oh, I discover now that there is Wistedio server transport. Okay, so this means it is technically possible to change the channel to HTTP server, which for the moment will not be done because Cloud Desktop, I have not seen the option to change the channel. Then add a singleton, okay, starting app, log debug starting app. What I have changed before since last time is that all the message that I want to display, I use a logger. On me, I like to use nlog logger. And it is now possible, because the standard output is used as information for the protocol, it is possible, in fact, with nlog config to say I have for all my logger the debug file, and the debug file is defined here, where I have put AI log process name, and it is creating a log file. So it is possible to see in real time what is being done via a file. The methods which are available are defined in a class which this attribute MCP server tool type, and each of the exported method has this attribute MCP server tool. This is used with a reflection so that the framework is able to export correctly and to make the correct response. You see with the MCP inspector, you remember the first inspector here, there is a step which consists in making the enumeration of the tool. This was the list tool button. There is a specific request to do this. And technically, the C# software is managing to answer this because there is all these attributes here which are used after by the dependencies. Here there is a dependency package, model context protocol, which might do some reflection. If we have the time, I will try to look at what is inside here. Last time I have tried to make a breakpoint and I was not understanding, but I think it is because I need to enable just my code. There should be just enable just my code. Okay, this was checked. And when this is checked, when you debug and you look at the code stack, you see only your own code. So I'm going to decheck it, click OK, and rebuild solution. And we are going to see another problem. You see that I build, and it is not possible to build because Claude is loaded in memory, and I have added this in the build post command line. Because in fact, when you look at the Process Explorer, and you see, by the way, that my Claude desktop app is closed, there is still in Process Explorer some Claude. No, everything has been killed. So I say, yes, I know. Here, I have this error message because there is no cloud. And in fact, I have not found the way to have no error. Okay, so I'm going to rebuild. It is forcing the task to be closed. Okay, and I have done this where properties, you can put a pre-built event command line. Because in fact, if you pre-build, and if you build an exe, and if the target Claude is still loaded in memory, he has a dependency on the exe, so you cannot rebuild. So you must force a kill of the app before rebuilding your process if you want to debug live with the same image as the one that has been built. So what I wanted to show you is, yes, the debug breakpoint. Okay, so I am going to start. Okay, start. So same thing. Okay, I must restart. Okay, I run the build. Okay, because there is automatic rebuild each time I debug. Okay, and now I break. And is asking me some source code that I do not have. And let's look at the call stack. So you see, there is this async method builder core. Okay, and if I look at the other threads, oh, there is only one thread. Okay, so there is nothing that is too much explicit. You just know that he is currently, when you are in a black screen like this and doing nothing, technically he is inside the async method builder. Okay, nothing very interesting. Okay, nothing explicitly. This is not what I wanted to see, but okay. Now, let's look at what are the methods which has been done. Return get number of stock, repo stock, get number of stock. This is a method which I have made to retrieve some files. So for example, I have a big directory where I want to obtain the number of files. And I need to go to, no, I will do like this. I go there, no, here, then here, tac, open continue folder, okay, here, data price, and here, PA, okay. So here, I have a directory with some files. I have 546 items. So I am going to take this path, put it there, stack, and get files, directory path, JSON, okay. So there is this method which retrieves the number of files, get file content, string file name. I can retrieve the content of a file name. And we are going to see some other issues with the cloud desktop. So here I can build, rebuild. Okay, there is always still this. Okay, build, rebuild. Okay. I restart my cloud desktop. Okay, he has 15 operations. And one of the things which was in the code was, for example, weather tools, give the password of the secret database, get password. Okay, so I will say, give me the password. Give me the password of the database. And I don't have the ability to directly access the database. Okay. And we are seeing here an important topic that is often not spoken is how the glue is made. You are exporting a tool, you give a description of this tool, and the AI must, by knowing the referential, be able to understand if the prompt needs the tool to be called. And for this, in fact, this is why there is a description attribute here. And here, this is give the password of the secret database. So I am going to, and this is hard-coded just for the demonstration. And let's try to rewrite. Give me the password. I mean, I don't want to be totally explicit. I mean, of the secret database, even if this should database. This should be this is explicit, but I can okay, he has understood. Allow tool from stocks local, run get password from stocks. Let's look at what he's doing. Give the password of the secret database. So you see here the description, give the password of the secret database, which is in fact inside the source code. Give the password of the secret database. The method is called getPassword. Run getPassword. So he's displaying the name of the method also from stocks. And in fact, why is saying stocks? Because because this is stocks is technically the name which is in the name of the server. Okay, so is displaying the name of the server. Do you want to execute this functionality, get password from the server called stocks, with the description, give the password to the secret database, allows for this chat. The password of the secret database is called oxfeedbeef anthropic. Okay, there is in tac, which is in fact what I wanted to see. Let's say now give me the number of the stock inside the database, where in fact the number of stock should be 546. You see here, I am trying to use some business semantics to obtain some data. I do not write, give me the number of CSV file. I write for purpose, give me the number of stocks inside the database, because I want to emulate the fact that this is representing a database and want to have an abstraction. Give me the number of stocks in the database. I'll retrieve the number of stocks, and this is very annoying. Every time clicking allow for this chat, running get number of stock for local data according to the information. There are 0 stocks. Okay, so there is a bug somewhere because because this is CSV and I have just changed. At the beginning it was JSON and now this is CSV. So what I can do is to go to the definition, update my method for the demo, and here I will put CSV. Okay, build, rebuild, which will kill the cloud. Okay, build succeed. The cloud has been killed, and I restart it. It has been killed one more time because as it has a dependency of the exe cannot be overridden by the binary process, the compiling process. Give me, I can repeat the same question, give me the number of stocks in the database. Okay, get number of stock, allow for this chat. Okay, 546 stocks, and I have 546 stocks. Okay, 546 CSV file. Okay, good. So here we have a demonstration how to use some special business terms to interact with the system with some abstraction, which is very interesting. Let's look now if I want to obtain some file. So here this is a CSV file with some in fact the quotes of a stocks. If I look inside this file, I have the days, open, live, low, close. Okay, so let's say let's challenge it a little more and say I want to create me a graph. Create me a graph about the price of CSV. Not sure he managed to do this because of the extension. I will key and tac. Allow to get stock from stock, allow for this chat. Okay, he has retrieved the data. Drafting artifact. He is creating a Python script. This is stupid. This is stupid. He's trying to incorporate inside the Python script all the data. This is very stupid. He should put in the Python. So you see a beautiful demonstration here of the limitation of the AI to write code. I asked him to do something clever, and he's doing me something very stupid. Python which read the CSV file is the answer. And in fact, he should interactively show me the graph. I have never asked him to create a Python script, except if it is needed for him to execute it. It looks he's creating HTML code. I think it will put it in my desktop output here. He's writing the HTML code still and will render, I think. Okay, so you see here he has managed to interact with the file system, extract the data via my MCP server, and create a graph of the and you can even choose open. This is strong, high, low, volume. Yes. Okay. This was okay. Just the issue is that and you are out of free message. Okay, let's. This will be the end of this presentation, which might be a little long. I wanted to see differences. The last thing I wanted to show you before I leave you is let's look if the support has answered. So exe remain alive. Hello. To resolve this issue, please try the following step: restart Cloud Desktop. So here you see the problem. This is what I wanted to show you. Is they have plugged an AI agent behind the email. I send a critical bug. This is critical because you can reproduce it. and they say what? To resolve the issue, please try the following step. Restart Cloud Desktop application completely rather than just closing the window. This is just stupid. Because I have closed it the way a normal user does it. Check the Cloud Desktop logs for any error. No. If the problem persists, verify the commands and paths in your configuration file. This is also stupid. Ensure all required dependencies are installed. This is stupid. Check for any syntax error in your config file. This is stupid because otherwise the app will not start. If issues continue, you may need to manually end the process running your task system. Yes, but in fact, I report a bug, so they don't care. So this is the limitation of the... So here, I am sure they have put an AI system behind the email, and they just... So if you want to report an email, it's just impossible. I wanted to show you an illustration where I asked us to read the content of a file more than 1 megabyte. And the app is totally crashing, is running out of credits, and I do not want to pay yet because in fact they do not say how to finish the contract. Still, I think the last thing I wanted to show you, there are so many things I want to show you, is the logs. The logs of MCP server, and if you are reading the logs, you should use the Beartail desktop app, and here you have the different logs which are displayed in real time, and you see all the interaction. You see that even if the cloud doesn't process anymore my chat message, there is still some activity on the MCP channel. If I have selected here, you see all these messages which come. So there is a message from server, message method not found, okay, method resources. So you see that the cloud desktop app is trying to enumerate, at least it tries to call a method which is called resources/list. And this is not implemented by the server, so the server sends the answer. This does not exist. Let's look at my server weather. Same thing, is trying to enumerate the prompt list and MCP file system method prompt list, same thing, method not found. So this is also interesting to look at this logs directory of cloud. That's all for the presentation for today. I hope you have learned a lot. Write me down in the comments if you have liked this presentation. See you later on this channel. Bye.